Welcome, Star Wars fan. Today we're going to be talking about Star Wars speculations and theories. Starting with Star Wars trailer, EA Battlefront 2, Rey Skywalker or Solo, theories and speculations, 8080 or AT-AT,
AT-AT,
and future movies. Now we're going to start off with the Star Wars trailer. Luke, how do you feel upon it?
Alright, so I'll go through the key things I noticed. So, near the start of the trailer, it has a scene of Luke climbing out of a wreckage, which is supposedly at the old Jedi temple that burnt down from Kylo Ren. Have you noticed how his hand is all robotic? Because last time we saw it, his hand, it was in Return of the Jedi, where his hand, or he got shot in the hand when he was saving everyone from Jabba the Hutt. So why do you think his hand is burnt there, but not anywhere else?
I think because, you know, in the old movies, he has that rubber hand, but it's robotic underneath. Because there's a fire, it might maybe the skin got burnt off, so it just left. So
it would
remember,
make sense
he looks.
that was true,
but it could be, or if he lost that robot hand again, he probably just got a new one and just didn't want the skin. And because you see, it looks different. It's more like kind of old and it's very slow with movements.
Yeah,
so
he's probably.
it could be the skin of it.
He's probably
like
still
the
getting used to the
exoskeleton
thing.
of
It's,
Yeah,
and the glove bit and the skin parts just melted off over time.
yeah, like
because it takes
over time
place
it's
like
wearing.
30 years later.
Yeah, because he's desolate and I doubt he would know how to make that kind of skin thing for the robot hand. So he kind of just left.
Is it ever explicitly said how long he's been out there? I don't think it is.
No, it hasn't. But you clearly know because when you see the trailer and he's on the island, there's paths, isn't there?
Yeah.
And he's been there, like walked. There's no one else on that planet besides him, or it hasn't been said there's not anyone else. So it looked like he has
there's
been
been
there.
no
This planet was
sign
in
or
a
anything, but
secret
only,
location and deleted from every
Yeah.
galaxy map. So
Yeah, so it is only him.
Here's a question though: where's his ship?
People
That's
have
his
rumoured it could be his X-wing is in the water somewhere, that he landed it in
But
there.
his
if he
X-wing-
had an
So maybe he
X-wing.
crash
So we
landed
don't
and
know
had no
if
way to get
what
off.
ship he used to
He
get
probably
there.
wouldn't get an X-wing
It
there.
may be in his old X-wing.
It might have
We don't
been
really know for sure.
that if he,
or in one of the caves, maybe.
Yeah, he could be storing it somewhere. We just
Possibly
don't
as
know.
well.
yeah, because you did see cave scenes and it could just be in there.
Yeah, it could be hidden.
Or or there was like, he got dropped off by someone like Leia, possibly.
Maybe. Yeah.
So going back to the hand thing, the hand is still the same one, because if you look carefully on the bit where you see his whole metallic, like the metal hand, you can see there is like a burn mark on it where he got shot in Return of the Jedi by one of Jabba's people. So also as well, why is that? Oh, that's the only part of his body burnt. Do you think he used that hand to grab something out of a fire, like an artifact? Because nowhere else on his body is burnt apart from the hand. So he must have known, I need to grab this out of the fire. Let's use the robotic hand because this won't hurt as much as my other hand. Which
It
is
could
still
be
a
his
real hand.
lightsaber because remember, maybe he was the one that put it at that bar place and like told Rey's woman about it, the little small alien, about it, and just said one day like a certain person will come for it.
Yeah, the reason
And-
hands burn, I think he put his hand into a fire to pick an artifact up, because I think there's a lot of theories going around about like jewelry he has, like a necklace with a kyber crystal on it, or like a ring as well with a kyber crystal. I don't know for sure, but it could be an item he grabbed from the burning Jedi temple, which we saw in The Force Awakens and the Return of the Jedi trailer. There's that hand I reckon he used to grab something out of a burning fire.
Yeah.
So that's why it's the only part of his body burnt, not anywhere else. Because when we've seen like Luke's character, like the way he looks and stuff, the hand is the only thing that looks damaged or like burnt. The
Yeah,
rest of
because
him,
you
he
can
looks
see
completely
it's
fine.
slow when he grabs stuff.
Yeah,
It's not like instantly
his hand
you're like
looks very
checking it and
weak and damaged, like
yeah.
it burnt.
exactly.
So interesting thing there.
Also,
Do you want to talk about the black eyes?
oh yeah, and when you see Rey's training scene, the bit where she nearly hits the rock, her eyes go black.
See, the thing
As
is,
you
I
can't see
think this
it.
could either be editing mistake or it could be lighting. It could be anything.
I don't
She
think
could
it.
have her eyes quite
Lighting would
almost
not
shut.
affect
Maybe
it.
she's like squinting a bit.
Yeah,
but
it could
they're
be.
not. It's not squinting. It's full on black.
But they'd have to like animate that, so
dark.
it has
It
been done
could-
for a reason.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's been done
it
there
could
for a
very
reason.
possibly be CGI. It's just been affected.
Right, so here's the bit
Yeah.
with her eyes.
Yes.
If we just zoom in on that,
Say they look black. You
I
can't
think
say they're
I
squinting.
think she's closed her eyes a bit.
But she no, that
They
you,
actually
you
are black.
yeah, they're black. They're full on black, and you can see that they're not closed. what I think is
Has that ever been seen in the Star Wars
No.
universe before?
Black
Gu-
eyes.
guys,
Yeah.
Seen
the
yellow.
the
Extended
problem
universe?
is here.
seen yellow, but maybe
That might be special to her.
yeah, because
Um,
How many
she's
people have
very
had yellow
force
eyes?
sensitive, isn't
I
she?
don't know, yes.
Because same as Kylo, she's force sensitive.
Yeah, she seems too
If-
good at everything.
If
as
she's
well.
part
Yeah.
of a Skywalker
That,
or has anything related to Skywalker, they're very powerful.
that was one of the main
And maybe she has a
mistakes
strong
last time, wasn't
connection
it?
to the Force, and maybe that it's kind of like I don't want to go with like paranormal, but in a way she could be like taken over by the Force, so the Force could control her actions in a way. Because I doubt that level of training in such little time would make her be able to do that and wield it with such power, as you can see there. So it
Guys,
could be.
I think this is just editing issue.
Yeah, I
'cause-
think
Possibly.
because the
It could
camera
be.
is focused on the lightsaber and the rock, not on her face, so
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
can't
I think
see
it's,
it
yeah,
clearly.
yeah.
So it's just a fairy.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Anyways, moving on to the next scene that caught my attention. See how, where's the bit with Kylo Ren throwing his helmet? What do you think that could represent? Because in the previous film, we saw him how he wanted to be like a Darth Vader.
Yes.
But if, because and I'm guessing he wore the mask to try and represent Vader in a way. But if he's throwing the mask away, does that mean he doesn't want to sort of be like Vader anymore?
Emo rage.
I think he kind
Yeah,
of
speaking of
he
Emo's son.
understands that he doesn't. He like the rage. He just can't handle it anymore. And he just doesn't want that for himself.
Maybe.
He doesn't want to always be angry and have
It
like
could, it
this
could be because
symbol.
of,
The helmet
did to Han Solo.
symbolizes him being Sith, and the rage and how being this thing made him kill his own father.
yeah. that's
And
what I'm
that
saying.
scene might be after he killed Leia, his
Well,
mum.
assuming.
It could be.
Yeah.
So he's
Yeah.
like, what have I done?
Yeah, I reckon he has
I
some
like,
regrets.
I
Yes.
really like. He wants to change his ways in a
Yes, if
sense,
we,
but
But he wasn't
I
like that
don't
after he
think
killed his
so, 'cause
dad.
in the
Yeah.
previous
No, but this
movie,
could be an after effect now.
Yeah.
Hitting him.
it could
that he's
be.
done it.
but guys,
Yeah,
in the
it's possible.
previous movie, he said the light is calling me back. So he
It could be.
he want to choose the dark side. That's his own decision. Then why he throwing that helmet away? Because-
It might be in this movie. He's kind of like subsiding to the light side.
Maybe
So
trying to
he's
turn
like,
back,
yeah, it's slowly like making him realize what he's done. So he didn't realize the full extent. He thought, if I kill my dad, I'm full into the dark side. But then the light side kind of makes him think, oh my god, I killed my dad.
Yes.
It's like
So
a
it could
reverse
be
of the
like, what have I done?
prequels, where you have a good guy become bad, but in this version you have a bad guy becoming good.
We've never
Yeah.
seen that really, apart from Vader's redemption at the end of
Yeah,
Return
maybe
of the
this
Jedi.
is
And
a bit-
Return of the Jedi, when
That's pretty
Luke's
much it.
almost on the dark side, because he's
Fighting
wearing all the
Vader.
black in that movie, which was symbolic of him falling into the dark side.
Getting darker as the films to the original.
This
trilogy.
wasn't. This was a theory. Actually, underneath the black thing, at the thing, it was actually all white.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be he never went to the dark side. He just wore that for like reasons.
So if it's calling him back to the light, do you think he will kill Leia?
Well, since
'Cause in
the
the trailer it shows like he wants to
Yes.
press the button to destroy the area she's in of the command vessel, I'm
Yeah.
assuming. But it looks like he doesn't want to press it, but if he's getting the pull back to the light, do you think he'll press it or not?
well since the actress who plays Leia is now dead.
She's sadly gone, yeah.
Yes, it's sadly gone. She
Carrie
they,
Fisher, by the way.
she hasn't done anything of. It's episode 9, the one.
Yeah,
after,
she's done no
yeah.
work on 9.
So there's none been on 9. So I think it's if they don't kill her off, which I think they will, they'll either CGI her in like they did in Rogue One,
Yeah.
With
or
Tarkin,
they'll.
yeah.
But it's more likely that they'll kill her off because you can see the fear in the trailer of her, like when it
That's
goes
true,
to shots of her.
But if they kill her off, they may actually, like you said, they may kill her off. But is it going to be in that scene, or maybe that's just a little thing to trick us into thinking
could
she's
be.
going to die
I
there?
think it's
but
just very
maybe
good
she'll
trailer
die at another
editing.
point in the film, somewhere else. Like you never know that because you know in the trailers they do like to trick you and make you think
yes, they
things,
do.
and then reveal in the film it's completely different. So
Yeah, because they
This
want
could
to
be-
invite you to the cinema to
Yeah.
watch it. So
You don't want to give away the whole plot like most trailers for games and movies.
So simple yes or no question. Do all of you think he's going to press the button and kill her, or do you think she's going to possibly die or get killed somewhere else?
I
in
think
the
she's
film?
gonna die.
I think she's going to die.
I'd
I
say
don't think so.
he's-
probably. But
Yeah.
I don't
probably
think
will.
in that particular
Yeah.
scene she will die, but maybe later in the film.
I really do think that might be the reason he throws his helmet, is because he killed her. And
yeah,
because
Possibly.
I'm behind that.
like
I'm behind you,
in a
sorry.
way, father
That's a good-
wasn't because Han Solo went away, didn't he? And Leia even shows that because she hugs him and hasn't seen him in a while. Maybe he can do that more than Leia, because he's not close to his father, but he would be with his mother, and so he has like a kind of hate for him, like Han. That's why he killed him. If he does kill her, he's like, what have I done? I'm hating myself now, and wants to go to the light side because of it.
The reason why he throws his helmet away, because he didn't press the button, and Snoke from the 7th,
The big guy.
the hologram guy, yeah, take a punishment on him
Yeah.
because he didn't shot. So
Yeah, no, I'm.
that's
Yeah, that
can
could
be another
be,
Could
point.
be.
So.
I almost like completely forgot about it.
The things we've seen with Luke, we've not seen his lightsaber yet in any of the merchandise or any of the film scenes. So, where is his green lightsaber if it still exists? I hope it will come back, because I do like that lightsaber.
Probably right at the end of the
design.
film.
But I hope his lightsaber
Right.
does come back. But we've not seen it in any of the trailers. We've not seen it in any of like the merchandise or toys that are being sold. So, where is his lightsaber?
I think Jar Jar has it.
Yeah, Jar Jar Binks. Oh, that
Like
damn
hiding in
Gungan.
the-
What is he
the
doing?
water on his,
Stealing that
on the
lightsaber.
planet. Was it the
The
planet he's
Gungan
on
planet.
called Octu, isn't it?
So-
I think it's called
Yeah,
Octu
yeah.
or something.
I watched it.
Uh,
Can't really pronounce it.
Guys, I think we don't need lightsaber battles in this movie.
Yeah, I think it's
I
trying to
think we
show.
should get
think we should have more of a
we should
build-up
get more
to episode 9.
detailed
Yeah.
story about how the temple was destroyed, what happened after that, what happened with Luke, what happened with Kylo.
Need some backstory to the Force Awakens.
He's Ben Solo.
Speaking of movies, do you think there'll be a trailer soon coming out for the Han Solo movie?
I think it's coming out next year.
How could they do a Han Solo movie?
I don't know how they could.
Would it be
represent
the one
Han
where he
Solo with any
leaves?
other actor.
Did you hear that the writers got fired?
Oh yeah.
If
Well,
they do a Han Solo
I'm hoping
one.
the Emperor shows up for a scene.
If they
We
do a
haven't
Han
seen him in
Solo
a
one,
while.
they might have to CGI it or do the one where just from 7, you know where Han Solo comes in?
Yeah.
That's where they end the film on. So it's like the old Han. So at the start, it's him leaving Leia.
Yeah.
And at the end, it's kind of him meeting up with Finn and Rey.
I feel like adding Vader in is something that they'll do for a long time, as he's like such
People
a
like
masked character.
Yeah.
You can easily get someone else to play him.
Yeah.
And isn't the actor for him still alive?
The voice actor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they can still get
James
him
Earl
to do the
Jones.
voice. Yeah, James L. Jones.
Good voice.
They can still get him to do all the most movies and TV shows and whatever he can until he's dead.
Mm.
So they're probably going to try and make the most use of Vader while they can.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
To have him
I like-
appear.
They're all gonna.
Well, a lot of people
use
liked
it
his
to,
appearance in Rogue One because they almost
Mhm.
didn't add the scene in with Vader in Rogue One, but it got a
Yes.
massive. Well, a lot of people really liked that scene, so that's probably going to give them a
Or
few
to
tips
judge
for what they
jokes.
may do in the future.
EA Battlefront 2. Now, Riley, I know you have some things about this.
Oh.
Let's
Oh,
see
this is
what
good.
you're
Oh,
talking
yeah.
about. What has
Yeah.
Best
EA
game.
messed
Let's
up
talk about
now?
microtransactions now. Oh
Greatness.
boy. Yeah, we can really.
What
The
was the
devil of
recent thing
gaming.
they released about microtransactions then?
Oh, they've got some great excuses for microtransactions.
Care to give us some context? Tell us about what exactly is going on for people who don't know.
They're selling microtransactions in their game to make. So if you try and play a game normally without spending any money, you will lose. You can only be good at the game and get all the best weapons if you pay a minimum, probably about
Like
£50.
other games EA has, like Battlefield 1 and mainly FIFA.
Yes.
Gotta pay a
If you-
ton of
even a
money
bit
to
of
get the
the
things
latest
you
Need for
want.
Speed has loot
Yeah.
boxes now.
A racing game
awful.
has loot boxes.
Yes.
Stupid.
Absolute greatness,
Well, to get this
isn't it?
rare upgrade, it.
Yep,
you can't
that-
get
that's
anywhere
EA
else.
for
it's
you.
apparently money and part tokens, whatever they are.
You said
And
there
how-
was it's how the microtransactions about the canon.
They're trying to push cosmetics for some reason, and apparently it has something to do with canon, and they don't want to damage canon.
Yes,
by
because
putting-
there's a scene in Star Wars where Luke goes into the menu to buy the DLC pack, so
it's-
there could be
it's-
other movies,
It's
obviously.
stupid. It's a stupid. I don't know how it has
It's
anything
a
to do with
pathetic
canon.
excuse,
Yeah.
if
It
you
is a
ask
very
me.
pathetic excuse.
It's just doesn't
Um,
add up. It's clearly obvious they want to get as much money out of the fan base as they can. because they're just greedy, pretty
But
much at this
Yeah.
point.
It's the thing is, everyone's now on their backs. Germany is now taking a look at loot boxes and microtransactions, saying it's gambling.
People are saying gambling.
Yeah.
I think
Um,
Belgium have
so
that
they've
problem.
got
Yeah, they're gonna
Germany
block the
involved.
gaming in
Now
those
Disney
countries.
Disney may take the license off them.
I think they should.
I
do
think they
so,
should. I think it
because
should be
it's
the
silly.
Because
first
they're
action.
mucking up Star Wars canon a bit in between
Yes.
episode 6 and
No,
7.
it's like,
Obviously,
I don't
Battlefront
understand
isn't
how
canon to the
microtransactions
movie
could be canon.
series.
The thing is, people are arguing that it may be.
Oh,
Which the
jeez.
story mode may be, but for
in
some
between
reason,
episode 6 and 7.
yes. I've heard it's actually alright, but I'm not going to go near it with a poll because it's bloody.
Just play the classic Battlefront games.
Yeah, they were good. They were proper.
Yeah, in the story of Battlefront 2, there was actually no female Death Troopers. It was an all-male army, and that was canon in the comics, and it's proven in every other like TV show and movie that is female. You have never seen until the recent ones, but the storyline in Battlefront 2 is not recent. It's old, like Rebels and the Empire.
So they got a case of the Ghostbusters reboot.
Yeah,
Pretty much, yeah.
yeah.
Thing I heard though is there's a lot of plot holes in the Battlefront 2 story mode. Like one of the first missions I believe is breaking out from rebels. They've sort of got you
Yeah, they got you in a prison.
yeah, and you break out. But then later on you join them, and they don't even mention that you just murdered hundreds of their people. Like
Yeah, that's a bit stupid, isn't it?
like they just say, "Oh, I believe in second chances."
One thing which is very controversial, is it 80-80 or AT-AT?
AT-AT.
No, it's
Definitely AT-AT.
80-80.
80.
It's been
I think it
confirmed.
is. It's 80-80.
It's gonna start a war between
This
couple
would be a
people here.
war.
I feel like it's a 4v1 here.
Yeah, it kind of is because
I've
it's
always
like,
called it
for all we've
AT-AT.
known, it's,
Oh, here we
it's
go,
an
too.
80-80.
What's the name of the smaller one again as well?
It's called ATST.
If it's called ATST, that means they
Exactly.
use the name of the
Saint.
letters.
Exactly.
So
So
it
I
would make
understand.
sense if this is known as 80-80.
There's Humvees. That's the abbreviation.
They call them by the
isn't it?
letter names. They
Yeah.
don't use what the letters spell.
Yeah, it's not going to be called ATST.
It
is
just
it?
doesn't make sense.
That's silly.
That
So why is it
I like
ATST?
debunks
but
it
not,
straight
but
away.
it's
That it's
AT-AT?
called 80-80.
Yeah,
The AT-AT, I don't know who invented it.
yeah,
It's
but
just nice.
it has been
The
proven.
guy who created them.
Yeah,
Like, they created the whole thing. He said AT-AT in one interview. It was like, it's
Yeah.
the AT-AT scene.
He may have
but
just been
yeah,
using it for
J.J.
short.
Abrams in one of
Maybe they
the
changed the
80-80 scenes
pronunciation.
Maybe.
said we're shooting the AT-AT scene,
Yeah. there you go.
and even George Lucas says AT-AT, but that's a few
They
people.
could
It's
just be saying it to shorten
yeah,
it down.
they could just but
'Cause
shorten it
AT-AT,
out
you
like
could say a lot
like
quicker
the
than
abbreviation of
80-80.
H.
Going back to Battlefront, they say
V.
AT-AT in a couple
they?
of scenes.
Proved.
What about the future movies like the Han Solo one and the Obi-Wan Kenobi?
I don't think that could be real. I don't think they'll
You don't
release a
think-
Han Solo one.
They'll probably cancel it.
I'm not
Yeah,
so
Han
sure
Solo.
about the Han Solo. I don't see how it could work just with different actors and
But
stuff.
thing,
But
didn't
an
he-
Obi-Wan one could be interesting, but I don't know what
Yeah,
they could
what-
really
what
do.
happened?
The actor said he
between
didn't want to
the
do any more films.
Revenge
That's why
of
they
the
killed
Sith.
him off.
In between episode 3 and 4, Obi-Wan's just
Yeah.
on Tatooine the whole time. There is like comics that go into what he's been doing there, but I don't know how they can make a whole film in it. I would be interested in a film.
That's one of the things I wanted to talk about though. Was Disney apparently said that they didn't want any like the old comics and stuff to be canon anymore.
Just because Disney doesn't want it to be doesn't mean it isn't.
Isn't
Because
yes.
George Lucas did create it, and it doesn't. Even if Disney own it, it doesn't mean they can change what's canon and what is.
True.
Yeah,
That's
I
a bit
still think
silly.
most things that came out are canon. Like,
Have you
it's-
seen the zombie stormtroopers?
Yes, I have.
There
Oh,
was a
gosh.
comic about that where a ship went far out and basically it was like the black troopers, which turned into zombies, and Han Solo did go there, but that's not very canon because at that time Chewbacca gets killed by the zombies.
Yeah,
and
stuff
Han
like that
Solo
obviously isn't
makes
gonna
out.
be-
Yeah, but would you think that could be into a movie? I think
Ah.
that could.
That could make an
Besides
amazing
Han-
B movie. My God. Like,
Besides the Han and Chewbacca bit,
Oh.
I think they could do a zombie trooper movie about it, but they would have to change it from what the comic was.
Oh no, I don't think they'd ever do that.
Zombie movies right now have been out a bit because there's the success of The Walking Dead, there's Shaun of the Dead, Zombieland, which are all great movies.
I don't think it'll be a thing.
And I think they could.
I feel like the zombie trend has kind of died.
I don't think
It-
a lot of
it
people
has-
really
Yeah.
think
Like
of
that as a good
2013 was
film.
when it was
Yeah.
like.
Yeah,
quite
I don't think anyone
popular.
think like.
Like
That'd be like
you know,
a joke
COD
on the internet,
zombies,
that sort of
Plants
thing.
vs Zombies,
They
all that
could.
kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But now it's kind of just.
I still think it would get like people would like it to some extent, but it depends on what the story of it is. But for now, that's all I've got.
Alright then.
See you later.
Yeah, so
well.
thanks for listening.